What's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about how to trade futures, specifically the NQ, which is the Nasdaq 100, and some of the things that you should be looking for on a day in and day out basis. Now, I know I make a lot of training videos based on the particular scalping strategy that we use at Evolution Traders for the NQ, but I kind of want to cover a little bit of a topic that gets overlooked when it comes to starting off and learning how to trade futures. Now, what you need to understand about the overall market is that even though the overall market is open each and every single day, Monday through Friday, futures are obviously open on Sundays, but what you need to understand is that although that there is movement, right? There is price action, whether it's going up or it's going down. Not every single candlestick, not every single hour, not even every single day is actually worth trading. So again, being a really good trader is going to come down on, can you identify when you should realistically put full size on the table, when you should realistically be going all in, when you should be looking for those trades, riding that momentum, and when can you start to identify when maybe it's not the best overall day, right? So if we look at the NQ, and I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame here, we're trading below the 20 as well as the 200-day simple moving average on a 1 hour time frame. So what does that tell you? That's going to tell you that typically the bigger moves are going to be to the downside. Typically, we should be looking for those levels to be broken to the downside and then trying to take those trades. Now, again, what tends to happen, especially with newer traders, is you see the market start to push up towards pre-market highs or even a previous day high, or, maybe we just get a few good, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute green candles and you want to jump long. What happens is you get stuffed in areas of supply and it immediately pulls back on you and you're forced to stop out for a loss, which does a lot to your psychology, because when you do get that short setup, you're a little bit more hesitant to kind of take that trade. My best advice and, a tip that I can kind of give is, if you're really not seeing a lot of strong price action, even to the downside or to the upside, depending on where you're at in the macro kind of cycle, if you can't find, or you take a couple of trades and you kind of get chopped up and you're starting to kind of notice today's a little bit more of a choppier day, it's probably your best bet to kind of take your foot off the gas, give the market a couple of hours, or even give the market a day to kind of pan itself out. Now, you also kind of need to know, where are we at, what's going on this week. We've got earnings kicking off this week, some big earnings from some big companies that should move the markets here. But if you realistically kind of look at what's going on here on a 1 hour time frame, you can see here, first opening candle here kind of pops up to this 20 SMA, gets rejected. So you could see how someone going along here could have gotten trapped short. And then you see we kind of take it out the level to the downside here. But before we did that, we also did confirm this little bit of a pop over the 20 and the 200 SMA. Now, mind you, on a smaller time frame, there could have been a great opportunity to go long and take a little bit of a scalp, 10, 15, 20 points. But if you were looking for that all day kind of continuation, more than likely you got stopped out, sold for a loss, or you got chopped up. We put in a new low here. We started to bounce, got rejected. Put in a new low here, started to bounce, got rejected. Put in a low, got rejected, and now we're back down. So I did have some levels kind of drawn out for some of the guys on Evolution Traders this morning. It was 15,093 to the downside. We were targeting 15,071. Very small trade, only looking at about 22 points. Below 71, we would be looking for the 50. So again, a total all in all 40 points that we were looking for to the downside. But this move is not coming until almost the close, until almost the last couple of hours of the market being open. Now, if you look at a 5-minute view here, and the purpose of this video is to kind of wrap your head around a lot of trades, unless you were scalping and unless you had defined risk where you know that you're going to take 5-10 points off the NQ, which if you trade the NQ, you realize that's not a lot of points. This thing can move 20, 30, 40 points in a matter of minutes. Unless you were kind of coming into the day trying to take, 5, 10, 15 points and have those limit orders set so you just automatically getting filled, a lot of the long positions, there was a few of them that you could have gotten stopped out at. So If we kind of look at this first candle that we had here, close over our 20 SMA, the price was around 163, immediately shot up to 174, which is 11 points, and then pulled right back down. If you weren't ready to kind of just take 5-10 points off this, you got stopped out for a big loss. If you kind of look at the next play that set up here to the downside, we gave us a little bit more of a continuation pattern down to this 093 area, which is why I started to mark it out earlier in the day. But if you look at this 127 dropped all the way down to 98, about a 25 to 35 point move here that you could have captured here. Now, if you're a type of trader that really doesn't understand where to get out, or maybe you don't necessarily know that you should be taking, 10, 15, 20 points when you have that money secured, more than likely what happened, you got stopped out. Look at this little bit of a short play that set up here, immediately got stopped out. Look at this short play set up here, immediately got stopped out, immediately got stopped out. This play was a winner. Long play, if you didn't take profits into the 200, would have gotten stopped out. This next play here was a winner. This play here could have gotten stopped out. This play here could have gotten stopped out. So there was a lot of setups today in a choppier, sort of rangy day that a lot of traders, especially new traders, don't do well on. What you need to do is identify what type of day this is. Is it a trend day? Is this a choppier day? Is this a range bound day? I don't really like the word chop, although that's what it's doing. I like range, right? So we're really looking for the price action to break to the top side or to the downside of the range. How you play range bound days is one of two things. You either stay away from them altogether because it doesn't fit your strategy, or you kind of are buying at the bottom of the range, covering for profits in the middle, and then re-shorting at the top of the range, covering for profits in the middle. Again, very tricky to do, especially if you're not experienced or you don't have a lot of capital to kind of play with. However, you could have negated some of these losses if you were just scalping 5-10 points at a time. For example, if we rewind the tape back again, this first trade goes for 10 points, that's a winner. This second trade goes for 10 points, that's a winner. This trade here never confirms, no trade there. This trade here from 104 down to, from a price of 123 down to 116, 8 points. Probably got stopped out here, kind of washed away one of the wins over here. Long play sets up, immediately stops you out here, no play there. So now we're 2 for 2, 50% scratch, and probably red on the day. Here's our next trade here, easy 10 points there, that's a winner. Here's a trade here to the long side, easy 10 points, that's a winner. So now we're 6 trades in, 4 winners, 2 losers, but almost about break even, maybe just a little bit green. Now, here's another long trade here, winner, and here's a short trade here, winner. Now we should be a little bit profitable. I'm not saying by a lot, but a little bit. But you have to have that type of mentality coming into the market that, hey, I've identified that we're in a little bit of a range-bound day. I need to kind of tighten up that take profit. I need to just think scalp, and I need to kind of respect the levels and take the trades when I get them. And when I do start to get positive, maybe take my foot off the gas and come back tomorrow because it's not the best price action day. So you can see here there was about a total of 7 or 8 trades, maybe lost about 3 of them, and then the other 5 went for anywhere between 10 and 11 points, 12 points. So if you had that type of mentality, you should be green. However, very small green, nothing to write home about. But again, if you want to be a good futures trader, you need to start being able to identify the price action and also being able to take the trades when you see them. So a lot of times traders, they'll sit and they'll be looking for a bigger level that never essentially comes. And then you're kind of chasing the short position down here, and then you get stopped out. And then you're kind of taking this low wick break short here, and then you get stopped out. And then you're kind of, taking this high of day break here, and then you get stopped out. And then you're kind of taking this high day break here, and then you get stopped out. So understand where you're at in the charts. It's something that I try to work on every single day with the guys in Evolution Traders on the live stream. Again, I live trade via audio and screen share each and every single day. I provide watch list intraday technicals. I have a course showing you guys how to use this strategy amongst my other big strategy that I use a little bit more than this one on a day in and day out basis. I also have the courses in there. I have a calendar where you guys can set up one-on-one voice calls so we can go over some mentorship and coaching stuff, whether it's related to mindset, strategy, trading plan building, or whatever. I've got one spot left. If you guys do want to take advantage of that, that link's going to be down in the description box below. To everyone else, I'll see you guys all back on YouTube.